Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Management Certification. We are in Chapter 3 talking about managing the team and continuing ahead with 3.1 the test team. Today we shall be picking up the next subsegment, that is 3.1.5 management skills required to manage a test team. And here we will be trying to understand what it takes for a manager to be aware of in terms of skills to in turn manage a test team. Well, so far in this particular chapter, we have been talking about what are the skill set required by a test engineer to work within our organization. Parallelly, we have been also discussing what could be the various skill set and competencies a test manager should have. Now we are particularly talking about what kind of skill set a test manager should possess in order to make their own team. That means what it takes to manage the test team for a test manager. And that is where we'll be particularly talking about those important things which becomes our key skill sets, not only to get the work done, not only to manage the test process, but also to manage a test team and control their work. So to step into that, the very first segment, we're talking about anybody who wants to successfully lead a test team must have management skills. These include professional and methodological competence in fundamental management activities, which in other words include planning, monitoring the progress, controlling, and reporting. Specific test management knowledge and skills are required for testing. That includes knowledge of different test approaches, the development of test strategies, or the use of test techniques, or the applied SDLC as well. So when we talk about methodical and the professional competency, it certainly becomes important about the test process itself. So test process consists of major activities which the test manager takes care of, that is planning, monitoring, control, and then certainly talking about the completion activities, reporting, and these are some of the key activities which the test manager performs. So the most important thing is a test manager is someone with the skill set of doing this job, and given that they know how to control, how to plan, how to monitor the process, they are the people who can really do this job well. And that is where it becomes very crucial for them to have those skills which are particularly for significantly important to let the team understand that my manager knows what exactly it takes to build the process. Well, more to add on this, of course, the next point here is leading or coaching a test team means acting appropriately in relationship with other test team members and having the ability and willingness to develop a changing circumstances. For this reason, social and personal competencies are essential success factors for leading a test team. So not to forget, of course, a test manager is someone who will be collaborating and communicating with all of the stakeholders at the same time, building the situations where they may have to sit together and work. And at the same time, we need to take inputs from the other stakeholders like development and design team. At the same time, we are reporting defects to them. So it becomes sometimes a very, very highly packed situation where sometimes we know that we are letting them know the problem but still have to get the job done. So they must have the social and personal competencies also to lead and manage a team. The next point here to add, of course, is this includes resilience, the ability to delegate, and the capacity to be accepted by the rest of the team. Further, it includes the ability to assert test interest in the project, to promote benefits of testing, and to communicate and resolve conflicts with the stakeholder. Now, if you further talk about the personal and social skills here extended beyond, we do talk about the people conflicts, we do talk about how to delegate the work, and at the same time, we should be jovial with the team, that the team understands and accepts you as a test manager. Because sometimes you can very much say that, hey, we have a test manager, but this person does not even know what exactly people are doing, or this person does not have the prompt responses to what we ask, or this person is not capable of being a test manager. So you can be a test manager, but it is very important for your team to understand that and accept you as a test manager. So that's where the social and personal skills would play a vital role, because you would be able to convey the message, you would be able to control the work, you would also be able to recognize their effort, appreciate their work, and more the things you do on this part of it that is social and personal, people would recognize you as a good test manager, which could be very much helpful on a long run for you within that organization and as a professional yourself. So that's pretty much something very important for someone to be aware of, that how social and personal skills or competencies would play a very vital role. Further to add here, of course, the next pointer we have is to talk about the details. So to acquire people for the test team, skills in the analyzing social, team, and working conditions are very much required. These skills help to ensure that the test team fits the working condition, or if possible, that the working conditions are adapted to the test team. However, the second option is not something very reasonable, but the first option is very much common, that the team has to fit with the working condition. In addition, the test team are subjected to dynamic development process and therefore require situational skills as well. For example, according to the phases of the Tuckman model of small group of development. Now, what is the Tuckman model here? But before that, of course, a team is someone who is ready to adapt to any kind of situation. For example, when the project turns red, we should not be panicking, rather looking forward to ways how we can work together to turn that into amber or turn that into green. So sometimes we have to stretch our wings a little. We go over the weekend, we work and finish the undone task, or sometimes we just spend a little more time while sitting together to see what could be the workaround, and we try to solve the problem together. So getting a team, hiring a team is going to play a very vital role from all the aspects. But what is that Tuckman thing, right? So when we talk about the Tuckman model, the Tuckman model includes these 5 elements, that is forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So forming simply means willingness to help test team members join into the test team. Storming means the ability to resolve conflicts within the test team. Norming means discipline and target-oriented leadership to ensure agreed upon values and rules, whereas performing certainly means the ability to delegate in order to give the test team personal responsibility. And adjourning is the ability to act with appreciation and confidence with departing test team members. So I think each of these has its own value. However, they are very much self-explanatory, and we look forward to implement them. So being a manager in a nutshell, it requires you to be a manager who can manage the team, guide the team, help them, be with them, and let them know that the test manager is there for you in order to guide you well. Whenever you get stuck or when you need help, we'll be happy and assisting you with all the information what you may need at any point of time to overcome any particular situation. And that's where it becomes pretty important for a test manager to be aware of all these skills. However, these definitions are very straightforward. So if you know the definition of what is norming, forming, adjourning, etc., that is what would be the question in the examination. So you must remember the keywords and their definition to it. Sometimes you can just be asked with the match the following. So it is very crucial that you remember them uniquely, that what happens in forming, norming, and adjourning and other things. So Tuckman model is not something which can be just covered with these 5 points. However, you're free to explore more about it. But as far as you just know these 5 points, that is all what we have covered in our syllabus. And that would be more than enough for you to conclude on this particular topic. So once again, that's all from this particular tutorial team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video team, and happy learning.